Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. So this is going to be my collective reading, which is going to be from the 9th of May through to the 15th of May. So this week we've got a lot going on. I feel like we're going to feel Saturn. We've been feeling Saturn a lot over the last few years. It's the strongest planet at the moment in a Saturn world. It's not great, but we're going to have a few more speed humps coming in. With terms of could be to do with our freedom, humanitarianism, being different, certain restrictions may be coming on, or getting road humps here, like here and there. Technology could be involved with technology issues coming up. But we've got Venus, which is now in Aries. So this is about enlightening our passion and where we want to go, and looking at what you want. You might even be become a bit selfish. Like my cat is, for instance, becoming very needy and very selfish. She's very at the moment Venus in Aries. She's what she wants, and it could be that you're looking at what you want, but it's also we're looking at finance as well as relationships, because Venus rules love and money. Being in a sign of Aries, which is about you, it's about your body, it's about our anger, it's about our strengths, it's also about war. So could be coming up, but it's also, I feel like, looking at different projects or what you want to do. You may be doing projects and not finishing them off, so make sure you're finishing them off, because Aries can sometimes not finish what they start. But it could be about wanting attention too. In terms of love, I don't feel like online dating is going to be be working out for people as well. We'll just be the Saturn with Aquarius, the Venus going into Mars. Online, it's not great. It's more about face to face, meaning having that organic connection. But we're going into a place of being self-assured, and are we in that right relationship that it's uniting our passion and going to where we want to go? Or are we stuck in a relationship where we need something more? We need more. Or it could be a relationship with yourself. It could also be, I'm saying, like for your finances, projects, interests, being creative, going forward. So we have that going on. And plus we have a Mercury retrograde, and at the same time, a few hours after that, we're going to have Jupiter going into Aries. So around the 10th, 11th, more the 11th of May, the 10th for people on the other side of the world, we're having a Mercury retrograde and Jupiter into Aries. Now, I feel like Jupiter coming into Aries is like going to wake us up a bit. It's like, wake up. You've all been asleep in Pisces for far too long. Maybe some of you have been daydreaming or been going into dwelling into things that like delusion. It's now the time to wake up, look where we are, and move forward. This can bring about war energy. It can be luck with war. It can be luck with like anger issues. But it's like, I feel like things might be seen to be moving faster. It's a time of being brave. It's not a time to let your fears override you. It's a time to face your fears with these energies. Definitely time to put yourself out there. Try to get what you want, and not try to hide away from anything that you're scared of. It's also about standing up for yourself. And Jupiter, I feel like, really wants us to shine coming into Aries. Really wants us to get moving, to get things done, to not hold back anymore. And then you have the Mercury, which is going to be retrograding. And it's going to be in Gemini, go back into Taurus. So this can bring up things to do with social aspects in our life. Learning knowledge, or wanting more knowledge. So we might be getting things exposed, things that we didn't know about. This could affect young people, because a Gemini is that young youthful people. They're young youthful people. They like to work with young people too. So I feel like this potentially could affect young people as such. Then going into that Taurus can bring about more instability with our finances, with our environment, where we are, where we're at. But also, don't forget, we had that eclipse that happened last week, which really created an unstable world, which I did say about finances. And now we've got the interest rates going up. We're in a very unstable world. So it's about, we've got to start planning ahead. We've got to see what's coming up. The writing's obviously on the wall with what's coming up if you're paying attention. So it's about being prepared for that. Whether we're, you're buying, stocking up on things, you're doing making up a garden. Knowledge is the power will be the key over these next few weeks in being prepared and being organized, because we're in an unstable world where random things can happen. Even today for myself, a random thing happened where it's just I got a really random phone call. It was really strange. And I was like, I think you got the wrong number. So you just expect the unexpected, what's coming up, and where we're going. So I'm going to do some cards about the week ahead. So let's see where we're heading this week. I just feel everything's unbalanced. I really feel like for us all, there's unbalance. I do feel like there's war stuff coming through, not just Europe. As I said before in my videos, I'm more scared. I'm more worried about China than I am with Russia, especially where I am in the world. And then I've got, even myself, I have the elections coming up. The media is portraying that one party is going to be over, which I don't feel like that they will, but I do feel like we're going to have a hung parliament. Could be definitely come the cards for where I am, which I feel like will be a good thing, especially if it's the way that I feel it's going to go. Oh, I'm dropping my cards again, so I'll just pick them up. Okay, so where are we going? I just feel like you need to be so certain and you need to be self-assured with what's coming up this week too. So just remember that you need to be really assured and self-assured about where you're going and where you're heading in your life to make things happen. Wednesday. Sunday. I'm going to do for a card. Okay, so we got here, I feel like we're coming into Monday, where we're really feeling like we're going through this big transformation, but we're kind of feeling like we're alone. We're going through this alone, and there's some problems that are coming up, but it's about knowing that even though physically you may be alone, you're really not alone. There are support places in place to where we're going to go through, and we're going through this big change. We haven't gone through these energies before. We're going through like world war energies that are coming up, and it is going to go back to where you hear our grandparents say how they used to make things from scratch. So that also is coming up, and then I see we've got Tuesday card here, which I feel like this card is all about patience, having patience, needing patience. Could be about also meditating, going out there, but I feel like it's also about having fun. I also feel like this is about being creative. I kind of feel like, it's a day to get out some paint, being creative. That makes making a picture, but I kind of feel like we need to be self-assured, like of ourselves. Okay, so we're going to Wednesday. This card, I feel like there's a lot of stuff happening in this card. It's a lot of ideas forming, like you're getting a lot of ideas, and I feel like it's to do with your finances. We're looking after our well-being, our health, but looking at love. We're being informed, but it being also being inspired. I feel like there's going to be a lot of communication happening this day. Maybe this day too is about it's time to get up, make things happen, get moving. It's a day to not just sit back and relax and just be woe is me. It's a day of action, moving forward. You might get some contact, like unexpected contact could happen too, coming up. And you've got this one, we're on the move. So this is for Thursday. It's a day of being on the move. I feel like it's going to be a busy day. I kind of feel like it's like the day before where you're busy, it's planning, you're moving forward, you're trying to avoid any sort of accidents during this day, but I just feel like you're on the move, but you're showing compassion as well. So then we go to Friday, where we're feeling like we've had a big week. coming out of the tunnel, coming out to further end, but we're looking at spiritually how far we've become, how much we have grown, and where we're going to. It's like we're moving into a new place or a new surroundings, and we're thinking things in a different way. We've got a new perspective on life and moving forward. And then we got next weekend, where again it's about business. So this is about business leveling up, moving up to the next level. Going for those richer heights, looking at the goals and setting them. Then it's the next day of being more intuitive. There's a lot of emotional stuff going on with this card, but it's about looking at who's loyalty to us and who are we loyal to, who's going to be in our social circles, who can we trust, who's going to be there. And we're all trying to get to the place of comfort and well-being. The overall spiritual card is not let things get you down. When roadblocks happen, move through the other way and keep going. It's about, we want to be the angel in the back who's more assertive, who's not letting these roadblocks happen, who's just able to push through with things and not trying to beating up ourselves when things don't work out the way we'd hope, and to try and move that forward. Someone booked me for a reading, a psychic party, on last Sunday, and it was in the Kangaroo Valley, which is like in the mountains, kind of in the mountains where I am now. What should have taken me about maybe 2 hours took me like 4 hours because there was big roadblocks from all the rain we had, but I didn't let it stop me. I had a commitment, I booked it, everything was done, I had to show up, and I got there, started getting there at 5, I got there at 8:30, and I performed. I did my platform, so it was something that couldn't be rescheduled. You just need to pull through and push through, as hard as it is and as tiring it is. I didn't get back home till 2 o'clock in the morning, but I did it. And it's about also being professional. So we're coming out of that Neptune energy. I mean, we still got Neptune Pisces, we've still got that there, and we've got Mars there, but we've got so much of the other planets coming into Aries. Next week we're going to have Venus meeting up with Chiron there, which we'll talk about next week. So it's like we're putting down the framework, we're putting down the path of where we're going, and it's about not looking back and not hesitating to go forward with that. And as I said, we're in this unstable world, but we've got to keep ahead of what's coming up and be prepared of what's coming up as well. So I'm also going to do a channel, and then I'll do pick 4 cards and do a reading on what cards for the week for you too. So let me see if I can get a channel for you guys. Let's see. Everything's going to be so busy, you're not going to realize the change that you're going to make in this 1 week. This week for you all are very important, where your whole world is going to change, to tip upside down. You're going to see things in a new light. There's going to be a lot of war activity coming up. There's going to be a time where you all won't be able to believe your eyes in what you are seeing, disbelief. Just know that things are coming, and they are coming fast for you all. For your world that you know it is changing right now. This week is very important for you all to listen, wake up, to know what everything's coming up, what everything's about, and stop worrying about little things that you cannot control, you cannot change. The world as you know it is changing, so you need to be able to go and adjust with it instead of hesitating. For those who hesitate, those who do not plan, for those who cannot see what's on the wall will be left behind, while others will be able to move freely and move forward and cope with what's coming up. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to pick out 4 cards for you and pick 1 card, and I'll give you a reading on the cards. And let's have a look here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got here, this is card number 1, which is this card here. Look, this card is being very self-assured. You know what you want. You've done the work. there is a lot of playfulness around you. There are things growing up, so you've got what you need around you. It's about you opening up to others, asking for help if you need it, but it's like you've got it all there. And it's like I said, you're being very self-assured to what's coming, and you're being the leader. So everyone's looking at you for you to lead the way to what's coming up. But I just feel like you know what you want this week for this card. And then we've got this card here. With this card, you're going to need a lot of patience. I feel like it's about patience, having that sense of reality, not going into a place of delusion or doesn't exist. It's like you need to move forward with this now. It's also, I feel like this week is about your wishes, making your wishes and having them come true, or working towards goals even. But it's like you need quiet time, you need time out, you need to be able to have that time to think to yourself, to be able to make things clearer of wanting to move and where you're wanting to go forward. And then you got card number 3, which is this card here. This card I always see as being transformation. It's opening up spiritually. You're on this spiritual mission or on a spiritual path, and it's like you're being awakened and you've changed. You come through this big change, and it's like you're releasing things. You're shedding the skin. It's releasing what doesn't serve you anymore, and you're so self-assured of what doesn't serve you anymore, and what emotions are coming up for you. And it's like you're accepting of what's coming up. You're accepting what the future is. You're accepting what you've got going, and you're moving comfortably in that and going forward. But it's like you're spiritually connected with this card too. And then we just have the 4th card here. This card is a good card about celebration. There's new beginnings, humble beginnings, starting over, starting fresh. But it's also it's playfulness. There's celebrations. Things are looking good for you. There's communication in this card coming, and I feel like it's positive. So there could be even something to celebrate, or you get something, the good news coming up this week with this card. And it's about like I got like cheese. So it's like cheese. Things are coming up about. A 10's setting out to me, so this could be a 10th, could be a big day for you. But it's like it's success driven. And it's time to, or even times I go and join others. So it's a time, this card is not for people to be alone by themselves. This is a card to be around other people, who want to celebrate and who want to share your life with you with that card. Okay, so that's my reading. So you can see that we're going through an unstable world, and it's going to be so hectic moving forward, especially like when we got in America, even where I'm in Australia. There's just going to be unexpected things, and it's going to be an interesting 6 months ahead of us moving forward. And it's about trying to make things happen basically, and just trying to stay afloat and look at what the best outcome you can do for yourself as well. As I said, I had a very strange thing happen today. Basically, someone who didn't really know my name has put me into some sort of dating show, which obviously I said no. They only got contacted by a producer. I said I'm not going to go into such a show. Being insulted. But anyway, that's a weird thing. It's a weird thing that's happened with me this week in relationships. I don't know who's doing it. It's very weird. But Aries, if you're watching my stuff, you need to stop, because it's not good. And yeah, it's weird. Anyways, I hope you all have a really good week ahead. I'm also preparing for the MBS, so Mind, Body, Spirit, happening in Sydney at the end of the month. It's going to be quite hectic. I was really busy in Brisbane. So hopefully this time I don't lose my voice and it goes all good. It's a 4-day event this time. But yeah, it's gonna be a busy 4 days when I'm there. And I'll speak more about that coming up to it. But yes, I'll be there. If you'd like to contact me for reading, you can do so via, best way to do it is via my Instagram or Facebook. Then I can get the message directly, and you can book through my Facebook, and we can arrange, it's easy to arrange a booking time. and talk. And yeah, I think that's about it. So thank you for your likes, your comments, and and the sharing, and I will see you for my next video. So hope you have a good week, and so bye for now.